Have you ever wondered why there's no shortcut, a direct route for ships navigating the vast oceans, specifically at the bottom of South America? Why must they brave treacherous waters instead of a more direct path? It seems so logical. A straight shot, a clear and efficient passage from the Atlantic to the Pacific, saving thousands of miles and countless days at sea. For centuries, sailors faced a brutal choice, a daunting decision that tested their skills and courage. They had to brave the long, dangerous route around Cape Horn, a notorious stretch of water known for its unpredictable and violent conditions. Or they had to find another way, a less direct but potentially safer alternative. The idea of a southern canal, a shortcut through the continent, has fascinated dreamers and engineers for generations, inspiring countless plans and proposals. But the bottom of South America remains untamed, a testament to the power and resilience of nature. Imagine if ships could simply cut through Patagonia, slicing through the landmass with ease, bypassing the wildest seas on Earth, avoiding the treacherous Drake Passage and the fury of Cape Horn. The savings in time and money would be enormous, revolutionizing global trade and maritime transport. Yet this shortcut never materialized. Why? What forces conspired to prevent this seemingly obvious solution? The answer is a blend of extreme geology, the very bones of the Earth resisting alteration, wild weather, the relentless forces of nature battering the landscape, and the sheer scale of the challenge, a monumental undertaking that has defied human capabilities. This is the story of why no ship can pass, why the dream of a southern passage remains unfulfilled directly under South America, a continental barrier that has stood firm against the ambitions of humankind. A tale of ambition, of grand visions and audacious plans, nature in its raw and untamed glory, and the limits of human ingenuity, the point where our aspirations meet the unyielding power of the natural world. Join me as we journey to the end of the world, to a land of breathtaking beauty and formidable challenges, to uncover the secrets of this missing passage and understand why this dream remains just out of reach. To understand this puzzle, we travel to the southern tip of South America, a place where the land fractures into islands and fjords. Here, Chile and Argentina share a wild, windswept frontier, Patagonia, a region of glaciers, mountains, and treacherous seas. The continent ends in the archipelago of Tierra del Fuego, split between the two countries, where the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans collide. Cape Horn, the infamous headland, marks the last outpost before Antarctica, a place sailors have dreaded for centuries. This region is battered by the world's fiercest weather, where three oceans meet in a chaotic dance. The geography is a maze of steep mountains, deep channels, and countless islands, a natural fortress. Even today, it's a place of stunning beauty and immense danger. The southern tip of South America is not just remote, it's nearly impossible to tame. The dream of a southern passage, a shortcut through the Americas, has captivated explorers and engineers for centuries. But this dream crashes headfirst into the imposing wall of the Andes, the world's longest mountain range, a formidable barrier that plunges dramatically straight into the unforgiving sea. Carving a canal here through this landscape would mean blasting through miles and miles of solid, unyielding rock, a monumental task, far beyond the capabilities of even modern engineering and the most advanced machinery. And then there's the weather, which is utterly relentless, with sudden, violent, hurricane-force winds and monstrous, towering waves, where freezing temperatures are the norm, a constant biting cold that permeates everything. The powerful Antarctic circumpolar current relentlessly brings frigid, icy water along with drifting ice, turning the sea into a treacherous minefield of colossal icebergs. The land itself is fractured and broken. There's no narrow isthmus to easily traverse, just a sprawling archipelago of islands and a labyrinth of narrow channels. Natural routes like the historic Strait of Magellan and the Beagle Channel do exist, but they're far too narrow and treacherous, completely unsuitable for today's massive container ships. Nature has effectively built an impenetrable fortress at the very bottom of the world, a natural barrier that stubbornly resists every attempt to break through its defenses. The southern tip of South America is a place where the ocean's untamed fury and the land's inherent complexity conspire to make any shortcuts utterly impossible. Here, in this raw and unforgiving environment, nature always has the final unwavering say. The idea of a southern canal, a waterway through Patagonia, isn't new. Almost as soon as explorers realized the extreme dangers of navigating Cape Horn, they dreamed of discovering or creating a safer, more reliable route. In the 1800s, as global trade boomed exponentially, engineers proposed ambitious plans like widening natural channels such as the Beagle Channel, using the latest technologies with explosives and extensive dredging. Some even imagined constructing a tunnel deep beneath the Andes, a Jules Verne-esque fantasy of massive ships gliding effortlessly under the towering mountains. These plans were undeniably bold, but they were often drawn up far removed from the unforgiving reality of Patagonia. The widespread canal-building fever of the era, fueled by the successes of the Suez and Panama canals, made a southern passage seem tantalizingly possible, at least on paper. It was largely seen as a strategic way to secure both naval dominance and immense commercial power. But nearly every proposal significantly underestimated the untamed wildness of both the land and the sea. The historical quest for a southern canal became a compelling story of human ambition colliding head-on with harsh reality. Every plan for a southern passage ultimately failed against the region's brutal reality. The Andes are made of hard volcanic rock far tougher than Panama's soil. Excavating a canal here would dwarf any engineering project in history. The cost? Astronomical. Building in such a remote, hostile place would require entire cities just to support the workforce. The weather allows only a brief summer window for work. The rest of the year brings hurricane winds and freezing cold. Political and geological challenges added to the impossibility. The region is a sensitive border zone and seismically active. No government or company could justify the risk or expense. The dream of a southern canal was noble, but nature refused to yield. In the end, the combination of geology, weather, cost, and politics made the project impossible. The wild South remained unconquered. As southern dreams of connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans faded, after numerous setbacks and insurmountable challenges, attention turned north, towards the narrow Isthmus of Panama, a region that presented a new opportunity, a narrow land bridge, a mere 50 miles wide at its narrowest point, offering a tantalizing prospect for a transoceanic passage. The Panama Canal, a monumental undertaking finally completed in 1914, after years of arduous labor and innovative engineering, was a true triumph of engineering, a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance in the face of daunting obstacles. It was designed as a sophisticated system of locks that ingeniously lifted ships over the continental divide, a significant elevation change, avoiding the need for a costly and complex sea level cut, which would have presented even greater engineering challenges. The canal fundamentally transformed global shipping patterns, revolutionizing trade routes and maritime logistics. It drastically slashed the journey between oceans by thousands of miles, saving time, fuel, and resources for countless vessels, and effectively making the treacherous route around Cape Horn nearly obsolete for most commercial shipping. Consequently, it rapidly became one of the world's most strategically important waterways, a vital artery for global commerce, fueling unprecedented economic growth in the region and beyond, boosting international trade and development, and significantly shifting the balance of global power, influencing international relations and trade dynamics. For the U.S., the canal represented a major strategic victory, solidifying its influence in the Americas, allowing for rapid naval movement and deployment between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, enhancing its military capabilities. Today, the expanded canal, with its larger locks, handles even larger ships, accommodating the ever-increasing size of modern cargo vessels, keeping it absolutely vital to the smooth flow of world trade and the interconnected global economy. Only the very largest vessels, the ultra-large container ships exceeding the canal's capacity, must still brave the long and often perilous route around the southern tip of South America. The Panama Canal's enduring success stands as a powerful lesson in strategic thinking and ambitious engineering, demonstrating how the right location, combined with vision and determination, can indeed make the seemingly impossible possible. The story of the missing Southern Passage is a lesson in humility, reminding us that nature's power can still exceed our reach. The wild tip of South America remains unconquered, a testament to the limits of human ambition. For centuries, the perilous journey around Cape Horn shaped trade exploration and the fate of nations. The Panama Canal redrew the map, but the Southern Dream teaches us the value of working with nature, not against it. Sometimes, the best solution is not to force our will, but to find a clever workaround. The untouched beauty of Tierra del Fuego and Cape Horn endures a sanctuary of raw nature. The dream of a Southern Canal may be gone, but its story reminds us to respect the forces that shape our world. Sometimes the wisest path is to simply and humbly go around.